Hi guys, Korean movie recapped here. Before we start, warning. Spoilers ahead. Today, I'm going to recap one of the best Thailand sad romantic movies released in 2016, called One Day. This movie tells the story of a nerd who falls in love with the most beautiful woman in his office. However, because he lacked confidence in his appearance, he could only admire her from a distance. One day, out of nowhere, he managed to get a chance to be this girl's boyfriend. However, he only had one day. How did it happen? What will he do next? Let's find out. This story begins with a man named Chai, who works as a programmer in a private company. Chai is considered an introverted and geeky man by his office colleagues. In fact, many of them did not recognize Chai. They look for him only if they need his computer skills. They are not very kind and friendly in treating Chai, so that makes him also not caring about his surroundings. The only friend Chai has is a computer that can obey him without protest. One day, Chai was asked to check one of the computers that had an error in his office. When Chai checked it, he couldn't concentrate because the woman who owned the computer kept complaining about the error she was experiencing. However, Chai did not expect that the woman would be so friendly to him. She even calls Chai by his name, something Chai rarely experienced. Nui, that's the name of that beautiful woman. From then on, Chai became Nui's #1 fan and couldn't stop thinking about her. One day, Noi is picked up by a company boss named Top. Then, everyone immediately talked about it because the boss already had a wife and child, but Nui still wanted to be with him. As it turned out, Top gave Nui flowers and she looked very happy. Chai saw this and could only stare at Nui's happiness from afar. During the New Year's party, Top announced that all his employees were on vacation together in Hokkaido. Top reasoned that someone wanted to see the snow festival there. Chai knew the person in question was Nui because he saw her very happy when Top announced this. Long story short, they finally arrived in Hokkaido. Everyone had fun there, including Nui and Top. Meanwhile, Chai could only stare at them from a distance. When Nui invites Top to a place, Top refuses on the grounds that many of his co-workers are there. But Top immediately comforted him. He promised after coming home from vacation, he would divorce his wife and live with Nui. Nui, who was originally sullen, finally smiled at the sweet promise. Later, when Chai and his friends were out for a walk, his friend saw the bell and a couple rang it while praying. Chai's friend remembers watching a program that said that if you ring the bell, your wish can be granted. His friend suggested that Chai beg for a wife. His friend left laughing, while Chai doubted the truth of the myth his friend said. He drew closer to the bell, closed his eyes and prayed. He asks for a chance to be Nui's boyfriend even if only for one day. After that, Chai opened his eyes and rang the bell hoping his prayer would be answered. After that, when he returned to the hotel, Chai was surprised to see the Top family came to visit him. Top certainly can't do much, he can only warmly welcome his family. Instantly Chai panicked if Nui saw this. Indeed, Nui watched that moment from upstairs with a very hurt heart. They ended up going to the snow festival without Nui. She lied saying she was sick to cover up her sadness. After they returned to the hotel, Chai looked for Nui but he couldn't find her. Suddenly, Chai hears someone greet Nui and tell her to sit at the table where the Top family is. Quickly, Chai ran to fill the chair so Nui wouldn't sit there. He ignored Top's confused face and continued eating at the table. After that, Top's wife said that the reason she met Top was to take her for a trip to Tokyo to celebrate something. Top and the others were curious about what his wife meant. Happily, she said that she was pregnant. Hearing this, Nui immediately left without eating anything. Chai followed her but still only watched her from afar. In the morning, everyone was ready to go back home. Chai sees Top and his family getting into a private car to continue their vacation. Chai, who didn't see Nui at all, finally decided to stay and look for her at the hotel. When he saw her, he followed Nui wherever Nui went. Actually, he really wanted to comfort Nui. But he gave up his intentions and came back only to follow her. After that, while skiing, Chai saw Nui slide limply from a fairly high cliff. Chai, who can't ski, tries hard to catch up with her despite falling many times. But in the end, Chai couldn't find Nui. Then, he asked the officers to look for her. After finding Nui, Chai is worried to see Nui's condition. However, the doctor confirmed that there was no problem with Nui's condition. Not long after, Nui woke up. But she doesn't recognize anyone, including Chai. Later, the doctor explained that Nui had mild amnesia and that tomorrow she would remember everything. However, Nui would not remember anything that will happen today. After that, Nui, who still didn't understand what happened, tried to accept the information Chai gave. Then, Chai said that their company was on vacation in Japan while showing a photo. But Nui didn't recognize everyone in the photo, including Top. Nui is shocked again when Chai says that everyone has returned to Thailand except the two of them. Chai, who was confused, finally admitted that they were dating. Hearing that, Nui felt strange because she remembered that she was single. Then, she called her mother using Chai's phone. Fortunately, Nui's mother never saw Top's face. Chai is determined to be Nui's boyfriend even if only for one day. After that, they waited for the bus to return to the hotel. While walking, Chai tried hard to please Nui. However, Nui actually feels annoyed with his behavior, especially when Chai accidentally breaks an item in the shop. With an annoyed face, she revealed that suffering from amnesia was quite troublesome for her. Then, she also has to face the terrible reality that she is dating Chai. Hearing that, Chai was disappointed and immediately crossed the road without caring if he was hit by a car. A few minutes later, Chai came back and took Nui to a sushi restaurant. At the restaurant, Nui's anger finally subsided after she saw the tortured face of Chai who had eaten her order. Slowly, their relationship is getting better and Nui is willing to go to the snow festival with him. Chai was overjoyed to hear that, as was Nui who was smiling broadly. On the way, Chai gave his shoulder while Nui was asleep. He also protected Nui's face from the sun. Chai felt like he was in heaven at that moment. Gradually, Nui becomes impressed with Chai who knows a lot about her. But she wondered why Chai never looked her in the eye. Finally, Nui challenged him to look at each other. The nervous Chai slowly dared to look into Nui's eyes. At that moment, the world seemed to belong to them. Later, Nui wondered how she could love someone like Chai. Chai also explains that he has liked Nui since repairing Nui's broken printer. Then, he also explained some of his personal experiences as a secret admirer of Nui. Like when he came in the morning to prepare a special parking space for Nui. Not only that, he also came home late at night to clean Nui's office desk, which was always messy. Chai also said that everything he did was never known to Nui because he was sincerely doing it. Hearing that, Nui said that what Chai was doing was very weird. But in her heart, Nui was deeply touched by all that Chai had done for her. In the evening, they go to Tokyo to see the snow festival. Since long ago, Nui had always wanted to go to the snow festival. She was so happy when she could be there with Chai. Nui didn't mind when Chai held her hand. They walked side by side like lovers until late into the night. Since it was late, they decided to stay at the hotel. Before going to sleep, Chai felt guilty for what he did today. In the end, he decided to be honest and tell Nui that he wasn't Top. Chai says that they are just office mates and they are not close at all. Hearing that, Nui was very angry and chased Chai out of the hotel. After that, Nui called Top through the number stored on her phone. However, Top denied their relationship and hung up the phone because at that time, Top was near his wife. Confused, Nui looks for Chai and she finds him when Chai picks up his things from the ground. Nui asks if she is Top's mistress or not. At first, Chai didn't want to be honest and refused to answer. But Nui threw snowballs at him several times. And finally, Chai tells the truth that Nui is Top's mistress. Chai also said that what happened to Nui was not an accident but a suicide plan due to a broken heart. Shocked, Nui felt sad and started crying in Chai's arms. After calming down, Nui asks why Chai lied to her. Then, Chai tells about the myth of the love-pleading bell, and he thought that his prayers were answered when Nui suffered from temporary amnesia. After that, Nui again asked what is the point of being a boyfriend for a day? Chai replies that he won't forget this day even though Nui can't remember anything that happened today. While joking, Nui admitted that what Chai did was very cruel. but she was very happy to be able to enjoy her trip today. Some time later, Nui admitted that she had asked to break up with Top. Hearing this, Chai was annoyed and said that Nui would regret it the next day. Chai explains that a relationship between them is impossible because he and Nui are so different. Then, Nui tried to record herself as a reminder for the next day. But Chai turned it off because he was sure it wouldn't work because Nui would not like Chai and would underestimate him. Later, Chai said that he once confessed his love to Nui, but she was left scared. Nui, who didn't care, insisted on asking Chai to remind him tomorrow of what happened today. Reluctantly, Chai agreed. At the end of the film, confused, Nui wakes up in a hotel and returns to Thailand alone. While working, Nui looks at the photos from her phone. Suddenly, she became shocked when she saw a video showing her at the snow festival. Previously, Chai has deleted all videos containing him and left one video for Nui to remember. Back to Nui, she had absolutely no recollection of how she got there. But she could remember the feeling at that time where she felt very happy and she felt she was with someone she loved. However, she didn't remember that person at all. And the movie ends, just like that. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.